guys, what's up? We're back for another episode of the Horror Flick Chicks podcast. I'm Sonia, and Sandra and Andrea are with me as always.
Hello,
Hi,
my
everyone.
ladies. Hello.
So today we're gonna double up and we're gonna talk about episode 3 and 4 of Yellowjackets. So the episode 3 is called Digestif.
Yes.
Okay, Digestif. And I don't know if we're gonna do a mashup of
Digestif.
both or just do separate. Talk about
Well,
three.
I think we'll talk about 3 and then it kind of goes into 4 too.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about episode 3. It's the episode right after they ate Jackie, right?
Yeah.
So it was so funny because they showed them like hung over from like
The
It
night,
was like
the
a
day
like
before.
food coma.
first of all, they devoured her. Like there was just like bones left.
Oh yeah. And
They were starving.
yeah, I
Imagine
mean,
how hungry you gotta be to do that. Like,
They tore her up.
yeah.
and then the funny thing was that between Ty and Van, like Ty was like, I didn't eat her. She
Yeah.
didn't think that, because she had just woken up and she thought that it was like all like a, I don't know, part of her dream or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And Van was like, yes, you did.
You
You
were
were
sitting
sitting
right
right
next to
next to
me.
me. Yeah.
You ate her face.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And she was like, oh. I know,
Well,
crazy.
That was some crazy stuff. And then they showed Shauna and Jeff. They're hilarious. I feel like they're so funny. Like they were trying to do spontaneous stuff to spice up their marriage and stuff.
yeah. And then this guy's like, oh, I thought, what was it? I thought like the strawberry lube was for like goths and like, I don't know, sex workers or some shit. She's like, you thought that this was for goths and whatever. Like this guy seems so bland.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's funny how like this show, like I was starting to have like this like thinking that Jeff was like this cheating husband,
I know.
and they've totally twisted it, like he's
Yeah.
actually pretty like closed up, and it's
He's
really
a family man.
family
Like
man,
he
yeah.
goes to work, comes home to his family. He's like as straight and narrow as it gets.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
I thought that it was funny when they were driving and then they got like carjacked.
Carjacked, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jeff was ready to like, okay,
Like,
give up
here's the
everything.
car.
And Shauna was
And
like,
Shauna's just like, her survival skills
yeah.
Yeah.
set in, right? So she's literally like, nah, that's not gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna like blow your brains out, basically.
But I also think, yeah, it was definitely part survivor skills, but it was also part of, yeah, they want to try and spice things up. Let's do things different and
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
come on,
Yeah.
let's not be punks. Let's like, beat his ass and stuff. And that's what she was trying to do. And that's why when, it didn't work out and stuff, she was like, I thought.
And then he's like, what?
While they were fighting, they stole the car anyway.
Yeah, for a crappy minivan, like, and she's like, well, it had like the kids like old like whatever teddy bear or whatever.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she just bought some new sneakers or something that were in the back.
She couldn't like
mom stuff.
Yeah.
Probably has some nice comfortable mom sneakers. I would have been upset too.
That was really funny. But you know what? It was really also great to see when Shauna goes to the car lot or whatever where it was sold, and she's like, that was my stolen car, like give it back.
Yeah.
And the car dealer didn't want to give it back to her. Again, her survival skills, like the don't fuck with me Shauna kicks in.
Yeah.
And she was just like, like, I'm gonna like fucking whatever kill you or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, She gets her
She
car
said
back.
she say something like, "Have you ever skinned someone
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's
alive?"
kind of
Or
freaking.
Yeah.
that I know how to
And
do
she
it,
was like, it's
and
really hard.
but
Right,
I know how to do it,
You have to
and
like
real
hold.
serious.
hold it, have a good grip.
You have to have a good grip. She's amazing. That was amazing. And then I love how she like doesn't admit how it got back. She was just like, it was just there
Yeah.
on the street, like America.
Lucky us.
Um, this was also the episode where Thaisa's wife was still in the hospital and she sees that drawing on her hand.
Yeah,
And it freaks Thaisa out because of, you know, her background and knowing that something is like still following her and her
yeah.
family.
Mhm.
And she tries her best
All this
to,
stuff
like,
is coming back from when they were kids.
She's freaking out because she knows something now. She knows something's going on with her
yeah,
because you know that she thought saw the son in the house, and then she had the accident and all this stuff. So now she knows something's going on with her.
yeah. So she's kind
You
of
know?
freaking out, trying to find answers.
Yeah.
And you know, trying to rub that thing off and off of the hand and like just kind of like pretty much losing it. And you know, at some point towards the end, you know, she's like, you know, continuing to have her hallucinations and stuff. Um,
Yeah, there's
and
definitely
then
something that's been following them.
yeah,
Some, I don't know what it is,
Like a
but
force or
yeah, there's some kind of force that's following them from their time
from
in the woods and stuff.
yeah.
To now, because everything's coming back, even for Lottie. That Lottie's been kind of having those feelings again and those visions and stuff. She had remember, they showed there was a part when they were kids, they showed at some point all these birds flew into the cabin and died.
Yes.
And then I think it was towards the end of the episode, Lottie went to her where they had like the beehives, and it was all red, and she
Yes.
was pulling them all
Right.
out, and it was all like covered in blood, like it was all dead. But it was a hallucination because it wasn't.
Yeah, well, it didn't
Right
really.
after that scene, they showed other people coming towards her, and it was fine.
Yeah.
So she's having some kind of vision, like like she had back then. So there's definitely something coming back to get them
Yeah.
yeah.
for whatever reason. I don't
Um,
know.
one of the sad moments I think was like when you know, so like this almost eaten corpse, I guess like it's a skeleton right now,
Yeah,
Jackie's body, they decided to like put her back by the plane so that if they do get rescued, they can just think that she just died in
she
the
died, and some animals
in
picked at her.
yeah, and the animals picked at her. So Natalie had that job of taking her back. And so she did that, saw like this very big white elk and tried to shoot at it, missed basically, or like hit it, but like it kind of got away, was trying to struggle, ends up in like some shaky ice, falls in, and then she's like screaming for help for the rest of the clan to like help her like get this elk out because there was no way she was going to get it. Unfortunately, she lost a grip of this thing
Yeah,
and
they
it just
lost
kind
it.
of like, yeah, which was really sad because she was really like,
Yeah.
that thing could have like fed us for a while. We could have been off of our human diet for a little while.
Yeah.
So that was kind of sad. Another really fun moment I have to say is Misty's when they were kind of like acting out and Misty was doing the monologue from Steel Magnolias.
Yeah,
It was like a total moment for me because I know all of those lines from that movie, Sally Field's lines, and she did it so well. It was amazing. I love her. She's so crazy. And
Angie would have been Misty, and
I would have totally been Misty. You see this? um, oh my God, that's horrible. But it's true. And
I definitely like
another thing
the
I
touches
wanted
of the
to,
90s stuff that they put in the show.
Oh my God, Tori Amos, the music.
Detailed stuff,
I feel
like
like,
specific, like monologue from
Even the things they say, certain things they
yeah, it's like
say.
and the music, Tori
yeah,
Amos.
Oh
on
yeah, the
music.
music and stuff,
It's
but also little if you pay attention to what they say, like certain things that they say too,
totally.
it's like, oh my God, I haven't
It's
heard that
also
since the 90s.
clearly affected me today because I'm wearing like a dress with a t-shirt underneath, and a choker.
Oh,
This morning I was like, oh my God, what is happening to me? Anyway, yeah, so that was fun. That was a funny moment. I mean, the moments with Misty just kind of like crack me up. And I love when she meets this guy, what's his name, Walter?
yes.
Walter.
And he's kind of like this sort of like a fanboy, even though he doesn't want to admit it.
Right.
He's a fanboy of hers, that he's been following her on the internet and kind of really likes the things that she posts or whatever. Anyway, he ends up like trying to help her like find Natalie and get Natalie get Natalie out of Lottie's compound. So they're like absolutely adorable together. She tells him, well, if you want to help me, you
Well, they
have
don't
to
know Lottie's
like,
there.
yeah, you have to interrogate this
Right.
guy,
They don't know he doesn't know she's
Randy Walsh. And when he's like
That guy.
interrogating Randy Walsh,
there. Yeah.
like she's like again like in the background with the
Oh yeah, yeah,
like,
giving him like feeding him
She said,
questions
hit
and
him.
stuff. Hit him,
like,
yeah.
did you notice something? Did you notice that? So, we cannot like leave it that way. So Walter is played by Elijah Wood, who obviously we know is from the great Lord of the Rings
And
and
many other countless.
many other
And way
movies.
before
But
that.
like I just felt like her voice sounded a lot like Gollum. I don't know. She sounded super. She was like, kill it, hit him. It just sounded really funny. And I might be mixing up my movies.
And this
I'm
guy,
sorry.
and by the way, this guy, the Randy,
Yeah.
he's so stupid.
He is.
Because Walter's like talking and asking questions, and then he's like, "Oh, hold on one second." He goes into like
And
the
he's like,
next
I
room,
have IBS.
and he comes out and just smacks him like, "What?" Like
I know.
Funny. Truly hilarious.
And we should say too that we also had a good amount of we saw a bunch of Ben's storyline, the coach,
Yeah.
yes,
his past,
all
because
right.
he's been kind of in a depression for a while. He didn't partake in eating any of Jackie's flesh,
Right.
at least that we saw. He didn't jump on it like the girls did. But he's been kind of staying to himself, but he was having flashbacks of him like with his boyfriend and how things were before he left for the trip on the plane and stuff. So he has he's getting those memories back. I don't know if they're gonna add more of his storyline. I would like to see more of him.
Yeah.
But I think that might have been the start of like adding a little more of him into the story, into the whole Yellowjackets story.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Well,
episode 4 was Old Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Thaisa still kind of like having some hallucinations.
Yeah.
The daughter, Shauna's daughter, has now like revealed that she's she got caught basically. So Shauna's daughter got caught, and she realizes that that the guy that she's been seeing is actually a cop who's been kind of like getting
that wasn't until episode 5.
Yeah. So this is episode 4.
Oh,
is episode 4 is where Shauna actually tells
Callie
that she killed Adam.
Yes.
Right? She tells her, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe.
Oh, yes. I can't
believe
of course, that came first.
They had that confrontation, and she picked her up from school or from going out somewhere.
No, she realized that she was lying to her because she she got the information from another parent.
Oh yeah, she lied to her
So the
about staying with
parent-
her friend.
About staying with a
Yes, yes,
friend.
right,
So
right.
like also though, like do you whatever, it's just a show, right? Like how many nights are you staying with this friend and your parent is allowing it? Well, whatever.
I think she was just letting her do that because she knew that all the stuff that she's
There was a
been
lot of shit going on.
and stuff,
Yeah.
and she's like, you know what? If that's what makes her happy, let her
Yeah,
go
Like
I
and
think
do
so
that.
too.
I think that's
Yeah.
why she did it. But then she wanted to kind of reconnect with her, so she picked her up from school or for something.
Oh,
and
but though even the way Shauna like picked her up from school to be like, we're going for a surprise. I don't know yet. Like, just get in the car.
yeah, she was like, we're going somewhere. Let's just go
She is
out
a
and
scary
whatever,
person,
whatever and
even
stuff.
as a mother.
I think she just
No.
wanted to try and have a little fun or something with her daughter, and so
Yeah,
it's not like it has been,
yeah,
for
to
a while.
bond with
I
her.
don't know about that. It seemed more to me like she had lost control and she was trying to put her daughter in her place. That's what it felt like to me. Like Shauna is really like an in control kind of
she
I don't know.
wasn't-
I didn't
But she
feel
wasn't
that.
putting her in her place like what, like in a mean way, like telling her what to do and you shouldn't do this and blah blah blah. Because
like I think she was trying her best to just sort of like be chill about it, but also like stop fucking around. Like this is what happened. I
well,
will
I think
tell
she
you
did
what
that at
happened.
the end. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
end, I don't think it was meant to be that though. I don't think her intention was to, tell her everything and all that stuff. I think the intention was to try and reconnect with her and get her to, kind of
Understand.
have some fun and do something, whatever. And then it got to the point, and Callie, and she's combative, so she was kind of going back and saying stuff like she like a teenager, right? Kind of, but even
Yeah.
more because she knows something's wrong, and she knows that the mother cheated, right?
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
dad. She knows that something happened with the lover because she saw the ID, the burnt up
He
ID.
burned
Why
the
you
This
burned that
is
up if
burnt
you
the
didn't
too
stuff.
do
much to
anything?
be
And he's missing
explaining.
now and all this stuff. And then it got to the point, I feel like, when Shauna just had to say, look,
No, but I think Shauna is
You know?
just desperate though, because she also doesn't want the daughter to like literally turn on them and then screw everything up.
Well, probably.
that's possible. But I think
So
she didn't have like at that point, she didn't have an alternative but to tell her.
yeah.
And she was just like,
Well,
look,
anyway, so then
whatever.
eventually we see, them kind of like she's reconnecting with her parents and she's like, so, and then the dad was kind of like, Jeff was just kind of shocked that she told her everything.
Yeah.
Well, we have to. She's our daughter, and
But I think he felt better about it once he found out and she actually came to the kitchen and was like kind
But
of
that was
talking to him
also
again
yeah,
because she
that was
hasn't been
also
talking.
that was also in episode 5. But so
No. When she said, do you need help with dinner? That wasn't episode 5. That was that same one. And she went into the
yeah.
kitchen and said, oh yeah, you can
here, chop the cucumbers.
cucumbers, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jeff was kind of like had a face like, oh, like maybe
Okay,
it
well,
can
this
bring
is
us
working.
together.
Whatever she's doing is working. So
Yeah.
just kind of like, okay.
Yeah. she was also like still kind of pissing off that she went out with her friends and she met that guy.
Yeah.
Or at the restaurant, wherever, and basically told him that my mom's cheating, and then we find out, oh, the guy's a cop,
right?
Yeah,
and he's tailing her, trying to find out what's going on.
So
and I was like, oh, she's such an idiot. Why would you do that? I was like, but she's a teenager, so I mean,
yeah.
But
so on the Natalie storyline, Natalie is still at Lottie's compound. She's kind of helping the workers there. I find it really funny that they're called the Purple People because it sounds too much like the Purple People Leaders to me.
We don't know what they're doing
I think
yet.
that's just what people call. They're not necessarily.
Yeah, I think that's what they call them.
Call them because of
they wear the purple.
Yeah. They wear the purple. No, I know. That's not why, but it's funny because it sounds like the Purple People Leaders.
Maybe the supernatural force is a Purple People Leader.
And it's funny how like Natalie finds out.
I hope not too.
They're just called that because they wear purple. But anyway, so Natalie gets to know one of the, the person who who captured her. Her name is Lisa, and like goes with her along for a ride and stops at her mother's place because she kind of felt like she wanted to go there. And you know, Natalie's just kind of like, doesn't this feel weird to you that like you have to stay at this compound? Like, and she's like, well, we don't have to stay there. We can come and go as we please, blah blah blah. And she's like, well, you know, really that still sounds like you have to come back. So she gets to know this person, and she's just kind of like, she eventually gets keys to Lottie's like private room and kind of does some investigation in there. At this point we see Lottie is like going back to a doctor to like ask for more meds because of all of these hallucinations that are happening. And yeah, so that was very interesting. Of course, we can also talk about how Javi kind of comes back in this episode. And well, he comes back and he's
Comes
like,
back.
you know, and you know, Travis is like, wait, what the fuck? Like, he realizes that Natalie lied to him, and Natalie admits it, and she's like, well, I had to, because you know, you like, only logic would have told me that he was dead, and I didn't want us to spend so much time, you know, looking for him.
And this got a lot of the girls more on Lottie's side, because Lottie was the one that was saying he's still alive,
right?
Still,
and she saw it. Yeah.
So they're having more of a connection
it gave
with
her credibility. It gave her credibility, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that was really kind of sad. And then finally, you know, we're left with, which was amazing for me, because I really thought that maybe Van was dead. So we see an adult Van, Thaisa goes to meet her.
Well, Thaisa leaves the hospital and she goes like she goes hitchhiking, and some trucker picks her up, and she, you know, she takes her to this place, this video store, and goes into the video store, and who's the owner of the video store?
An adult Van played by Lauren Ambrose from 6 Feet Under. Okay, if we're talking about
and from Servant.
Yes, I'm just like so in awe of this show, how they brought back 90s actors. It's just the music, everything is fantastic. Anyway, so Van was obviously in shock to see Thaisa, and then we'll see.
And then that was the end of the episode.
That was the end of it.
Was like awesome, because they made you want to see the next episode. So that was They did that. Although I was like,
stay tuned. We're about to talk about that.
All right.
Watch the next one.
So thanks for checking us out. Again, we're the Horror Flick Chicks, and you can follow us and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That's where we have all these podcast episodes. And we also have the episodes streaming on several audio platforms, so check us out there. And you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, we'll be back with the next episode of the Yellowjackets series, which will be good. And yeah, until then, it's Sonia, Simon, and Angie signing out. Peace, love, and horror.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.